Team USA pre-Olympic friendly versus Canada tonight in basketball. Canada's really good. France is good. Germany has been good. I expect Spain to be good. The question is, how good can they be? Can you be good for 4 games? Like you can do a one-off and somebody can surprise somebody, but can you be really good to bordering on great for 4 days or 4 games, 5 games, 6 games? I don't know how many they play in totality, Marvin.
In the Olympics, if you go all the way to the gold medal game, it's 8 games.
8 games. Okay, Thank you. Can you be great? Therefore, it's not a fluke if you win the gold medal. If you're going to get to that point and you're playing 7 games, you get to the gold medal game, then you've established yourself as being a good team. And Canada has a really good roster. And you go back to the Vince Carter effect on Canadian basketball. Now, I talk about Steph Curry's impact on the NBA with three-point shooters. You can go back and just say it started with Vince Carter in Canada. Now, Damon Stoudemire was there. That was, a long time before that. But, Vince being there, and he was an aerial display. So in a hockey-crazed country, you were seeing this great, I go back to Leo Routens, who played at Syracuse, and he was from Canada. And he was one of the first guys from Canada where I go, oh, all right, I don't know how much basketball they play up there. But he was a really good shooting big man, probably 6'10", and you just didn't talk about Canadian basketball. But now you do. Now you're not surprised where you go, oh, he's from Canada. You don't go, really? You're like, oh, okay, here's another one. Yeah, Paulie.
Ice hockey, I assume, is still the national sport of Canada, the most popular.
Or curling.
To play. Curling. I wonder how far up the chain basketball is now. Played indoors, cold weather. I know there's other sports, soccer, they do okay. But I wonder if basketball
Canadian Football League.
Yeah, CFL is solid.
I love CFL.
I wonder if basketball is number 2.
Well, they certainly have success, and they have players playing in the NBA, and that's what you want. Growing up, you want to see somebody like you playing at a high level. Playing in a sport where you go, oh, okay. And that's what Canada has been able to do. In the last 20 years, there's a lot of really good players that you don't realize are from Canada. I mean, Steve Nash, he kind of started this too at a higher level. Certainly had Steve and Vince Carter. I don't know if there's anybody else that comes to mind. Vancouver Grizzlies with
Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Abdul-Rahim.
Love that. Great unis.
I always thought that was a shout out by the Clash. Sharif don't like it. Yeah. Sharif Abdul-Rahim. And Big Country. Big Country Reeves. All right, so what's the poll question, Seton O'Connor?
Which would be worse?
Ooh.
USA basketball losing to Canada or France?
Which would America be more bothered by?
Okay, France has the home court advantage. You have to factor that in. If it's in a different country and France won, if the Olympics were in Brazil and France won, might be a little bit different, but France at home, and you got Rudy Gobert and you got Victor Wembanyama. So I start there. Buckets are going to be hard to come by if you come inside. I don't know who else is on the run. Like Nicholas Batum feels like he's 50 years of age, but he still plays great in these games. Yeah, Marv.
Evan Fournier.
Oh, yeah. Now.
Fournier.
He's the Black Larry Bird. Is that
the French Larry Bird?
The French Larry Bird?
Yeah.
Who called him that he could be like, that was Vincent Goodwill from Yahoo Sports yesterday? He's like, Evan Fournier plays like Larry Bird when it comes to these games. I don't think there's shame in losing. I don't. Because, look at the draft. Look at the number of foreign-born players. Look at the number of players from France that are coming into the NBA. And they're going to continue to come in. France is going to be a power if they aren't already. Yes, he.
Yeah, America doesn't handle losing very well.
Right.
Especially our game.
Yeah, but we've lost before in our game.
Yeah, and how did that go over?
I don't know. Did you?
Not very
Were
well.
you upset? Were you like, damn it? We got to get the dream team back out there. This might be
Do you think people weren't like that? You don't think
Oh,
that
no, I
people were
think
like,
they
they're
were.
no dream team. That's a bunch of losers.
Well,
Let's
I
get
know.
the good guys out there.
Well, that's why they put the dream team in there.
It was called the Redeem Team.
The redeem team because
I know.
they had failed.
Yes, they did. I know we're territorial. I get that. If Canada wins, like I wouldn't be shocked. Would I'd be surprised? Yeah, I'd be surprised. Because I'm told this is the most talented team ever. More so than the dream team. Okay. All I know is you don't have Michael Jordan. And even Charles Barkley. Charles was the leading scorer for the Olympic team with the dream team. You had some ceremonial picks for the dream team. But I don't know is this roster that much better? I don't know. Because I don't know if is there somebody equal to Jordan? And the answer is no. Is there somebody equal to Barkley? And I would say no. At that time, Barkley was that MVP season. Like the next season, did he win the MVP? And, we know Jordan's history there. Bird was a shell of his former self. Chris Mullin was there. At Stockton, Malone. I mean, you had a really talented roster. But I don't know, when you compare the two, is this team that much better? I guess. Yes, Todd.
I think it would be worse if we lost to Canada. I'm just putting it out there. I think the average person that's maybe not following it would be like, this isn't hockey. This is basketball. We got to beat Canada. Maybe we don't know what's going on in the Euro steps and, foreign countries
Euro steps.
across the pond. They play the game differently, and we're not used to playing that kind of game against that team that's been together many years or whatever it is. I think that can be dismissed faster than losing to Canada.
Okay. But Team USA in hockey versus Canada Olympic team. Nobody's surprised. Team USA would win. Is it that big of an upset?
Up there, it probably was. Yeah. I'll bet you up like on sports radio. I'm not being facetious. They probably were really upset by that. I think if Canada beat USA, that's an interesting level of bragging rights for Canada. Like we're the best basketball in North America.
There's a lot of Canadian players who are in the NBA.
Yeah,
and that's what people don't realize. You say, "Oh, wait, he's from Canada?" Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, if you give me the Canadian roster, can you give me the, and then Zach Edey's not even playing for that team, which now he's the two-time player of the year. He's not a great or considered to be a great NBA player, but still, he's been two-time college player of the year. Yes, Eden.
While we're looking up the Canadian players,
okay,
the 2004 Olympic team, right? Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury, Dwayne Wade, Carlos Boozer, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Emeka Okafor, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire, Tim Duncan, Lamar Odom, and Richard Jefferson got a bronze medal.
Yeah.
People went absolutely ballistic on those dudes.
Mm. Those who know basketball didn't do that to them.
Well, you weren't a hot taker in 2004.
No,
that's for sure.
I'm still
You're
not.
more measured.
I know it's wire to wire. I'm not a hot taker. I'm going to be measured here. I think my audience deserves that. Yes, Paulie.
On the Canadian national team, you got Lugens Dort. You love him, Lou Dort.
Yeah, but he plays in the NBA.
He's a very good player. R.J. Barrett, Nickel Alexander Walker, Dylan Brooks, Shea Gilgeous, Jamal Murray. Got some shooters. Kelly Olynyk picking up four rebounds.
That doesn't help my argument.
I saved him for the end.
Okay.
Trey Lyles, names you know.
Okay, but you do have a respectable roster here, and it's not like when you see Spain or Argentina, you're like, oh my God, these guys are so good. Well, these guys haven't played in the NBA; they just stay in their home country and play, and it's always these countries that the team is the same and they play together all the time. Those are the teams you have to worry about. It's not just let's just put together all these all-stars, because that doesn't always equate to success. It's that guy knows his role on this team, and it's been the same role for 7 years. That's when you have an upset. That's when you get a surprise there.